And welcome everyone to our virtual co-working and write-in editing events. I'm Coral Sands, author and your host for today's writing event.
And I'm Ansley Ashe, author and co-host for today's writing event.
To keep myself accountable, I love writing events. I want to warn you though, when I host, I post prompts followed by short bursts of break time so we can really be productive. Think of this as a 1-hour marathon of working on your story.
We're live on YouTube, but feel free to watch the VOD afterwards so you can pause if you need more time. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the fun algorithm stuff. Let's get started.
All right, so we are so excited because we are getting ready for Novel Quest. We will be streaming Sundays, 11 a.m. Central, and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central. And we have a ton of really amazing authors, editors, and everybody else that we're going to introduce you guys to. We're just really excited to do some really amazing interviews. So I hope that you will come and check us out.
We post all of our upcoming events on our Facebook group called Writing Quest. We'll leave a link in the description. By the way, this is a great place to go by because we'll have more information on our upcoming events, so go check us out there. Let's talk about October. Some call it October, where we spend a month preparing for our Novel Quest writing adventure that starts in November. In November, we will be setting goals to write or edit a book in 30 days. You get to set your own goals. We cheer each other on and keep each other motivated through the ups and downs of November.
If you haven't watched the VOD for September live write-ins or any of our earlier October write-ins, I highly recommend it, as we started our prepping then. We went over brainstorming ideas, expanding ideas, diving into themes, a little bit about main character, as well as figuring out our POVs and our tenses.
Since the last live stream, we brainstormed ideas for a big baddie, events that need to happen in our stories, locations that might be needed, did a deep dive on world building, and wrote possible options for endings.
Yeah, we are going to do... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Coral. Go ahead, Coral.
All right, so let's start with a quick 5-minute sprint to get our creative juices flowing. We're going to brainstorm possible side characters. Now remember, you want to include characters that absolutely have to be there to tell the story. A good side character might help with pacing, levity, contrasting choices and consequences, and character development. So let's go ahead and get 5 minutes on the clock, and we're going to brainstorm possible side characters. Let's do this. All right, it is time for a break. How did everybody do brainstorming possible side characters?
So I'm at the point where I'm like building out their little cards and everything because I've got like 5 or 6 side characters that I brought into this. So that's what we're doing. We got all the way through Valeria. Valeria is my protagonist. We got through her husband. We've got her campaign manager. So that is going to leave the campaign manager for our big baddie, it's a political story, and they're in the middle of a political race. So her big baddie is obviously her opponent, and his side character is obviously his campaign manager. So tight little cast. We did her husband while we in that break. So like, yay! This is beginning to come together.
I love it. Yeah, I was trying to think of what possible side characters I would need. I'm thinking probably a best friend on either side of my 2 main characters. So the main character's best friend, the main love interest best friend. I want them to bring different things. So the main character's best friend is going to bring levity, help with setting up characters, setting stakes and stuff like that in the very beginning of the book. And then the main love interest best friend will be to show loving relationship is possible between the lovers, and that they have a new relationship to show fresh with its up to the end downs and stuff like that. But to contrast that, I also want to have 2 human older couple that show a long-lasting relationship that's filled with troubles, that have they've overcome all odds to grow old together. And I think that'll be a nice mixture for them. And then at the end I was adding, like, I think possibly other side characters I would need would be like the parents and sibling of the main character, but I don't know what the point of them is going to be just yet, so I'm not quite sure exactly how much time they're going to have, but I'm still figuring that part out.
So this book, because it's a thriller, so like we're gonna have like the external plot. So like obviously there's gonna be like, and that is typically amorphous, right? Like you don't know who it is, you don't know where it's coming from, right? But you still have, so that means that I have to make the characters that I have, so like my protagonist and my antagonist are going to be foils for each other, and I want to set up that duality all the way down. So it's pretty. That's the number one thing I'm working on. What about you? Who do you think might be a foil for your character? Is that really what the best friends are for?
Yeah, it really is, because they're the ones that are going to show, it's going to kind of show them that love is possible and stuff like that. And so that's definitely going to be, they're going to be very similar to the main love interests, to show them that, hey, you can, this is something that you can have. You just have to trust yourself in order to take a chance in love.
There's nothing like a really good, literally speaking, there's nothing like a really good foil to really get that, to really make, to define the stakes properly. So like somebody who's in a very similar situation as your protagonist or your antagonist, but who makes the opposite choice, and that flips to like, sometimes the character sees it and so you can see that and it's a great place to do it, but sometimes only the audience sees it and that's also a thing. So like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Love it. You're so smart, Coral.
And oh, thank you. But now that we know who our main character is, who is our villain, some of our side characters, and some events that need to happen in our story, we're next going to spend 10 minutes thinking about what types of side quests or subplots that might help the story. Popular subplots include adding romance or mystery. Another option might be to introduce a friend who's opposite of the main character. So that's what I was thinking. We could brainstorm some subplots. I am very interested in this because I am still hashing out my main plot. So subplots should be interesting.
Yep. Okay.
All right, let's dive into it. All right, that ding means it is time for another break. How did everybody do? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, it's loud here. And then I can't find my unmute button. I'm just a bad person. So many subplots, a little time. Yeah. So like, I have, it's like I had to go pull my original plot for like how we're doing that and just fill it in. And so like obviously it's a political thriller thing, and it's so at the debate. So like, what are all the scandals? This is a great thing. What are all the scandals that could derail the campaign? Like, what are the secrets she has buried in her closet? That's what we're deciding right now. Isn't that juicy?
I love it. I may
never stop writing. I may never stop writing political thrillers, considering all of the juicy stuff I get to put in them. What about you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. No, so for me, I kind of just like, I had to throw in the thing and say, okay, this is what my main plot is going to be, because I had been going back and forth on what I wanted it to be. And I'm like, I'm just going to choose. I'm going to dive in, give this, and so that way I can come up with proper subplots. And I think that I was able to come up with some really good subplots that make sense for that support the main plot. So I think that my main plot I am going to do is, I needed some reason for the main character to go back home. And on the way of going back home, they get an accident, and that's their meet cute with the main love interest is going to be during this accident. And of course, then they're going to be like a little bit of stranded togetherness and everything else. And they have to like help each other and bring each other kind of back to health and stuff like that.
All right. What is the love interest's occupation? Have you decided?
So I was actually thinking of making them like a sheriff or something like that, to give them a reason to be out on the streets when it is really nasty out.
When it's really nasty? Okay, so I here's one for you to think about. You don't have to go with it, but like maybe the tow truck driver.
Oh, good idea. I love this idea. This is great. Yeah.
I need a reason for... I may have been rescued once or twice in the last month by a tow truck driver. So I'm like, give them some love,
Yes, we love a tow truck driver. No, that's actually a really great idea. I like that. And it gives them a reason to be out when it's nasty out, to rescue them. And no, that's absolutely a great idea. I love it. So some of the main subplots that I was thinking of was... I have a subplot where the main character is trying to date as a shifter, but in a human world. And so that would be part of the subplot, to show the struggles that she's having with that. And then there'd be another subplot with the accident. The person or the vehicle that they get in an accident with has an older couple in it that's human, and so they have to try to help bring the humans back to health, and being able to like hear their story and the fact that they've been together for so long, their trials and tribulations and everything else that they've been through. So I was thinking about that as a supporting subplot. And then of course, because this is a shifter romance, we need to have rogues attacking. So that is definitely going to be a subplot as well, because we need to make pacts unsafe, and that's going to lead into one of the main misbeliefs that the main character has. The reason why they're no longer in a pack is because of the fact that they feel that packs are unsafe. And so that's the reason why I had to go with that with a subplot.
Fascinating. All right, so I see our next prompt is describe a location, which I'm going to do the debate stage. Where are you going to describe?
I think I am going to describe the accident scene. I think that would be a really great location.
We have work to do. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, that ding means it is time for another break. How did everybody do? I'm very, very interested in hearing about everybody's locations that they were working on. Please put it into the chat. We love reading
each and every single. Yeah, we read each and every single one of them. We cannot. Yeah. So best place you brainstormed or described.
I'm sorry?
Your best description? What's the best that you got out of yours?
Okay, so I was in the beginning, I was starting to describe the actual location of the accident, but then I realized, no, the thing that I needed to describe was the car. And so I really got into the nitty-gritty of the vehicle that really tells a lot about the main character. The car is definitely something older, kind of falling apart, no GPS, no snow chains, probably a manual transmission. The car would be messy, littered with papers, trash, candy wrappers that they eat constantly, half-drunk water bottles, and sitting in the front seat, buckled in for safety, is a beautifully engraved urn that is wrapped in a blanket, so it can show that even though this person is reluctantly bringing this urn to their family, they are still taking care of this treasure. And I think it's going to say a lot about my main character by doing that.
I love it. Yeah, okay. I also feel seen too with the car description. Okay, so I am talking about the debate stage. I'm like, where's this debate? So typically these things take place on a college campus, like why it's shown, what are all the problems that this could have. So my very, very favorite thing in here, and you'll find me doing this a lot, is that when they get out onto the actual stage itself, it's smaller than anticipated. And my main character, who's only 5 feet tall, she has to stand on a box so that because the lecterns are the same height, so that like she can like see over the thing. And when she goes in for rehearsal and for the tech check, her box wobbles, so she's getting up on there. So she's like at this moment where like she's completely unsteady, and the box has to be fixed. So she's got this thing to worry about: has it or has it not been fixed? Right after she shakes the hand, and she's got to step up onto this thing. That's, I think, my favorite thing, because like I love to have like the physical surrounding cause a problem somehow, like just so, and a space for comic relief a little bit if you do it right.
I love it. Yeah, no, that's great. So I think now would be an appropriate time to dive deeper into our plots so far. So most of us only have a brief list of what possible things could happen in your plot. But now I want you to include extra details. Number 1, what happens in the scene? Number 2, what is the consequence of the scene happening? Number 3, why does the scene matter? Number 4, what is the realization that your main character has? And then number 5, what is the and so moment? And so let's just start maybe with the first scene, and or you can pick any scene really in your story so far, whichever scene that you feel is gonna that you feel most excited to write about, and just try to fill out those 5 things. It's going to take much longer than 10 minutes that we're giving you, but let's just see how far we can get. And your homework is going to be to do this for each of the plot points that you already have mapped out. So make sure that you keep coming back to our VOD and go over these 5 things.
Oh my gosh. Just so you know, because I've been doing these for forever, like for a year I've been collecting. I think I have 35 scenes already on my cards.
That's awesome. All right, so just pick one. Let's dive into it. I'm messing with this for too long. All right, stop. All right, that ding means it is time for another break. How did everybody do? How did you do with your plotting? Oh, you're muted again.
I have all these people running in and out of my office today because apparently today is like don't leave mom alone day. So I get muted and then I forget about it. So I have all of these things that are in here, but I need to go back and make sure that all of the things that have stakes aren't just running around in my head. So what I found is like I need to check them against the note cards and make sure all of these things are in the note cards. And so I think the next thing is to make sure I have all of my note cards together, and then we start laying them out and have some order in my scenes and make sure my work is done. How many days till November 1st, right? Like 2 weeks.
I know, right?
We're not even 2 weeks. We are 12 days, right? 12 days.
Oh my gosh. It's coming up so fast and I'm not ready.
I feel like I'm not ready. I've been editing all year long, and I don't think I have given as much to my new work as I have like the stuff that I'm trying to just push out the door. And I don't know why I think I'm like going to be any better at this next year. Like, sure, I'm going to get better at time management next year than I was this year. What? Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's going to totally happen.
I'm so excited though. Like just reading through this, I have like this, I don't know, like this electric wire in me every time I read this plot. So like I think, we have an ambition problem. So I pull this off, this thing is great. So but yeah. We will see. What about you? What did you do? How did you get?
Okay, so the big scene that I already know absolutely has to happen is the main accident scene. So I was able to really do a deep dive into that, explain what happens, what's the consequence of it happening, is the meet cute, why does the scene matter, the different characters are injured. The main character is, of course, going to be attracted to the main love interest, but they already know that as soon as they meet, that they're shifters and that he is a predator and they are a prey. And that's immediately going to put up a block. And so what's the realization that the main character has is basically they know that they're in danger. They don't know the area that they are in. They don't know the people that they're surrounded. They're injured and stuck in isolation. So all of these things are just going to build up. And then my and so moment is the main character knows they have to heal. The main character or the car needs to be repaired. And until the storm clears, they are stuck. So they need to make sure that they are safe at where they are. And so they have to take steps to ensure their safety. And so I have to figure out what that next step is. And that is going to be, I think, there's going to need to be a big conversation between the love interest and the main character. So I'm excited.
I just keep seeing like have you ever seen like the YouTube shorts or the TikTok videos where like the pit bull's best friend is like a bunny rabbit or whatever, and
yes.
Like, the parents are like, you can't bully the thing, and like the rabbit doesn't care, and the pit bull's like, it's my bestie. Like this is the image I have of your characters. I think it's a mental image I have, and you haven't even described them. So like I love that so much. Like yeah, so cute.
Yes, yeah. I want it to be cute and fluffy and everything else, and so it's going to be great. I think that the big thing is with the time that we have remaining, we need to think about the next time that we meet, we will be diving into Novel Quest. So what are your main questions that you have outstanding? What concerns do you have? What are your next steps? And so I think now is a good time to just take 5 minutes and just try to figure out, okay, what are you going to do for these next 2 weeks to prepare for Novel Quest? What do you think?
I think I know what I'm going to do. I have a whole list of like homework that I'm going to be giving myself for the next 5 minutes. mostly with note cards and arranging my note cards. And then, because I have like my note cards to finish filling out, I have a spreadsheet to fill out. So we got work to do.
All right, let's dive in then. Let's do it. All right, time is up. Fantastic work, everyone. Now, during our next event, we will be streaming Sunday, November 2nd at 11 a.m. Our event is going to be on the Writing Quest YouTube. We will have special guest author Malcolm Newsom, which we are so excited to interview. Cannot wait to kick off our novel quest together.
Yay! Yeah, Malcolm is a fantastic author. I know him personally a little bit. From some of the places where we bounce around. So I am so ecstatic my friends have agreed to be here. So can't wait to do this. Remember, even if you didn't make your goals today, you are attempting to put effort to write a little bit every day, and that is amazing.
If you want to keep in touch, please join our Facebook group, which is Writing Quests on Facebook.
And before we go, we have to thank our amazing producer, David McGinnis. We couldn't do any of this without him. Thank you so much.
The description includes links to all of our social media. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe.
And be sure to join you next time. We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.